Now we will be talking about the 3rds family. And ironically, there are only 3 fractions in that family. 2 that are proper and common, and 1 that isn't. It is me. Now, there is a secret about the 3rd family, and it is that they repeat. Once you know that, everything is easy. Now, once again, let's write the families. We have 1/3, 1 divided by 3, 1 over 3. We have 2/3, 2 over 3, or 2 divided by 3. And me, 3/3, which we know equals 1 whole, which equals 100%. Now, if you haven't seen the video on the 2nds family, please do so, because I am bypassing on how to divide in your head as if you were doing it on paper. Again, the shortcut is you start with the denominator or the divisor and say, can 3 go into 1? And of course the answer is no. So then you automatically in your head add a 0. Now you can ask yourself, can 3 go into 10? And the answer is yes. 3 goes into 10 3 times. But since you know that this is a common or a proper fraction, that it is going to be a decimal, because it will never reach 1. So you put the decimal in front. And because this repeats, the way we represent a repetition is you put a line over it. Now, I'm going to bring up a calculator. There's my calculator. Let's see what that does. 1 divided by 3. See how it repeats? And it will continue on and on and on. So we put the line here to show that this is 3/10 repeating. Now, let's go back to, or let's go down to 2/3. Can 3 go into 2? No. Add a 0 in your head. Can 3 go into 20? Yes. How many times? 6 times. You know it's a proper fraction or a common fraction, and it will never reach 1, so you put a decimal in front of it. That makes it 6/10. Because it repeats, you put a line over it. So the answer is 2/3 equals 6/10 repeating. I'm going to jump back up to 1/3. There's a trick just for 1/3 to make it a decimal. If you see 1/3, the trick is erase the 1 and then add the decimal. That's a real trick, but you'll get the hang of it. You could use that if you want. Now, we have 3/10 repeating. We have 6/10 repeating. Let's bring the calculator back up. Let's do 2 divided by 3. Now, the reason this has a 7 is because obviously they just rounded it, but it would go on forever to be a 6. Just so you don't think I'm lying. All right, now we're going to make the decimals into a percent. How many butt cheeks are involved? What are we multiplying by? You multiply a decimal by 100 to make it a percent. Or, Mr. Dilly's way, you'll always use two butt cheeks. And because you're moving them, the decimal to the right means you are multiplying. If you're moving the decimal, oh, that was bad. Bad, 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 bad. Woo, good thing I'm not an art teacher. Now, if I was moving it to the left, that means I would be dividing by 100. Okay? So if we move the butt cheeks to the left twice, 1, 2, what would that look like? Well, it would look like this. 33 and 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3. So, how do we round this? Well, you're going to round it to the nearest whole number. So, if we're going to round it to the nearest whole number, that means once you've moved the butt cheeks twice, you're going to have it look like this. Of course, there's more 3's behind it. But we're not worried about that because all we need to do is underline the place value, which is the ones place, box the digit to the right, and this 3 is going to tell this 3 to stay the same. So 1/3 is 33% rounded. However, the trick or the difficult thing is that this has 3 different forms of percents, believe it or not. This is the rounded percent. Now, there's going to be a fraction percent. Well, again, since we moved or multiplied it by 100, our first 2 digits are going to be 33. Now, what fraction represents 0.333333333? Well, that's easy. This part that repeats, this decimal part that repeats is, whoa, let's try that again, is 1/3. So it's 33 and 1/3%. Now, rounded, fraction percent, and the last one is a decimal percent. So once again, we multiply the decimal by 100 or use 2 butt cheeks, 1, 2. Our first 2 digits are going to be 33. And, well, what does 1/3 represent as a decimal? Well, the answer is right here. It represents 3/10 repeating percent. So 1/3 equals 3/10 repeating, which equals 33% rounded, 33 and 1/3% as a fraction percent, and 33 and 3/10 repeating percent as a decimal percent. Now, let's move down to 2/3. We know that 3 can't go into 2, but 3 can go into 20 6 times. So that makes it 6/10. And because the family repeats, we put a line over it. Now, what's this going to represent as a percent if we multiply it by 100, or easier, move the butt cheek twice? Well, this is what it's going to look like. 66.666666666. So, you're going to have a 6 and a 6, then the decimal. That's from moving it twice. And then it's going to be decimal 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, repeating. But we're not worried about all these sixes. We just need to round it to the nearest whole place. So the 10th 6, this 6 tells the 6 in the ones place to round up because this number or this digit is 5 or greater. So that makes it 67% rounded. Again, just like up here, it also has a fraction percent. Well, once again, once we move the decimal twice or multiply by 100, what's our first two digits? A 6 and a 6, 66. However, what fraction represents 0.66666666? Well, that's easy. It's 2/3. So the answer is 66 2/3%. And it also has a decimal percent. So once again, you multiply by 100 or move it 2 butt cheeks to the right, and you still come up with 66. However, how do we represent decimal 666666666? Very easy. Right here. 6/10, repeating percent. This is the fraction, this is the decimal, this is the rounded. And that one is the thirds family.
I hope you learned something today from the 3rds family. From me, Mr. Awesomeness. And remember, kiddos,
you're getting on my nerves. 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 And let me tell you that my room is my room. I'll pick out my stuff under the bed, under the rug, out of sight is up. I think that we both have had enough. These four walls we confine. I'm on yours, you're on mine.
see you tomorrow.